The great hymn of Aten will begin. Thou appearest beautifully on the horizon of heaven, thou living Aten, the beginning of life. When thou art risen on the eastern horizon, thou hast filled every land with thy beauty. Thou art gracious, great, glistening, and high over every land. Thy rays encompass the lands to the limit of all that thou hast made. As thou art Ra, thou reachest to the end of them. Thou subduest them for thy beloved Son. Though thou art far away, thy rays are on earth. Thou art in their faces, no one knows thy going. When thou settest in the western horizon, the land is in darkness, in the manner of death. They sleep in a room with heads wrapped up, nor sees one eye the other. All their goods which are under their heads might be stolen. They would not perceive it. Every lion is come forth from his den. All creeping things they sting. Darkness is a shroud, and earth is in stillness. At daybreak, when thou hast risen on the horizon, when thou shinest as the Aten by day, thou drivest away the darkness, and givest thy rays. The two lands are in festivity, every day awake and standing upon their feet. For thou hast raised them up, washing their bodies, taking their clothing. Their arms are raised in praise at thy appearance. All the world they do their work. All beasts are content with their pasture. Trees and plants are flourishing. The birds which fly from their nests, their wings are stretched out in praise to thy Ka. All beasts spring upon their feet. Whatever flies and alights, they live when thou hast risen for them. The ships are sailing north and south as well, for every way is open at thy appearance. The fish in the river dart before thy face. The rays are in the midst of the great green sea. Creator of seed and women, thou who makest fluid into man, who maintains the son in the womb of his mother, who sootheth him with that which stills his weeping. When he descends, the nurse even in the womb, who gives him breath to sustain all that he has made, when he descends from the womb to breathe, on the day he is born, thou opens his mouth completely, thou suppliest his necessities. When the chick in the egg speaks within the shell, thou givest him breath within it to maintain him. When thou hast made him his fulfillment within the egg to break it, he comes forth from the egg to speak at his completed time. He walks upon his legs when he comes forth from it. How manifold it is what thou hast made. They are hidden from the face of man, O sole God, like whom there's no other. Thou didst create the world according to thy desire. Willest thou were alone, all men, cattle, and wild beasts, whatever is on earth going upon its feet, and what is on high flying within its wings. The countries of Syria, Nubia, the land of Egypt, thou settest every man in his place. Thou suppliest their necessities. Everyone has his food, and the time of life is reckoned. Their tongues are separate in speech, and their natures as well. Their skins are distinguished as thou distinguished the foreign peoples. Thou makest a Nile in the underworld. Thou bringest forth as thou desirest, to maintain the people of Egypt, according to thou hast made them for thyself. The Lord of all of them, wearing himself with them. The Lord of every land, rising for them. The Aten of the day, great of majesty. All distant foreign countries, thou makest their life also. For thou hast set a Nile in heaven, that it may descend for them, and make waves upon the mountains, like the great green sea, to water their fields and their towns. How effective they are, thy plans, O Lord of eternity! The Nile in heaven is for the foreign peoples, and for the beasts of every desert that goes upon their feet, while the true Nile comes from the underworld for Egypt. Thy rays suckle every meadow. When thou risest, they live, they grow for thee. Thou makest the seasons in order to rear that all that have made, the winter to cool them, and the heat that they may taste thee. Thou hast made the distant sky in order to rise therein, in order to see all that thou hast made. Whilst thou wert alone, rising in thy form as a living Aten, appearing, shining, withdrawing, or approaching, thou madest millions of forms of thyself alone, cities, towns, fields, roads, and rivers. Every eye beholds thee over against them, for thou art the Aten of the day over the earth. Thou art in my heart, and there is no one that knows thee, save thy son, Nefer-Aru, Akhenaten, Polysegal Aten, for thou hast made him well versed in thy plans and in thy strength. The world came into being by thy hand, according to thou hast made them. When thou hast risen, they live. When thou settest, they die. Thou art a lifetime thy own self, for one lives only through thee. Eyes are fixed on beauty until thou settest. All work is laid aside when thou settest in the west. But when thou risest again, everything is made to flourish for the king. Since thou didst found the earth and raised him for thy son, who came forth from thy body, the king of Upper and Lower Egypt, Akhenaten, and the chief wife of the king, Nefertiti, living and youthful forever and ever. The Great Hymn of Aten.